Thank you to Stephanie Durant, Pastor Sarah McSwords, and everyone behind the scenes at Linworth United Methodist Church for making this happen and hosting us today. I'd also like to thank everyone participating in this concert, the children, Bethel and Linworth Mixed Choir, the Bethel Band, and of course, our traveling musicians, Oya Lewis from Athens, Ohio, and Brother Hill and Benya Stewart from Ohio with Love. And thank you, Pastor Jean. Please accept this traditional bread.
So on behalf of the pastors and the staff and the members of Linworth United Methodist Church, we want to welcome you, especially our brothers and sisters at Bethel and all of you who belong to the Ukrainian Cultural Association. Welcome very much. It's our belief that the independence of Ukraine is as important as any issue that we face in the world today. And when independence of any nation is threatened, it threatens the independence of every nation. Pray for the people of Ukraine. Give liberally of your monetary resources so that we can end this tyranny sooner rather than later. It must stop. Please pray for them. Please pray for each other, that we strengthen in our resolve, that no tyrant changes the world as it has. Pastor.
Will you bow with me in prayer? Holy and gracious God, we come to you with this prayer on our lips and on our hearts. We ask that you would save Ukraine. We ask that you would put an end to acts of violence. We ask that you would shelter and protect the people, the children of Ukraine. We pray that you would heal their physical scars and the trauma that their minds and their hearts and their spirits have experienced. God, we come to you with this prayer on our lips and on our hearts. We ask that you would save Ukraine. We pray in the name of our Savior, Jesus Christ, and let all God's people say, amen.
Lady Usui, Jim Margarita, as well as Olga Lewis.
бачу я тебе встав у дібровах зелених, по забитих стежках. Ти приходиш до мене, і не треба нести мені квітку надії, бо давно вже ти увійшла в мої мрії. Червону руту не шукай вечорами, ти є в мене єдина, тільки ти повір. Бо твоя врода, твоє чистая вода, твоє бистрая вода синіх гір. Червону руту не шукай вечорами, ти в мене єдина, тільки ти повір. Бо твоя врода, твоє чистая вода, твоє бистрая вода синіх гір. Твоє бистрая вода синіх гір. We're going to sneak in one more song here called Oj se vaja Zuzulanka. It's about a gray cuckoo bird. This is an ancient folk melody, also arranged by Leontovich. In the program notes, there's a little bit about him. This song is about immigration, displacement, and other similar themes from Ukrainian history. Ой, сивая зозуленька, всенькі сади облітала, всенькі сади облітала, в жодному не бувала. Прилетіла у вишневий садок, там сіла закувала. Прилетіла у вишневий садок, там
Greetings, just a moment, and we'll get situated here. Let's put another round of applause together for the incredible performances today, though.
Good afternoon, Linworth.
We are Brother Hill and Benny Stewart. We've had the honor of collaborating with Ukrainian musicians for the past 3 years and spending a lot of time in Ukraine, both before the war and since the wars began. We started a campaign called From Ohio with Love to deliver medical supplies that are purchased through performing folk shows across Ohio. And so we've run a series of, I think this will be our 11th benefit show we've done since the beginning of the war. And so far, our total raised amount for Ukrainian causes has been just around $61,000 since the war began. And that's all due to the generosity of our community in Ohio and people who want to come out to support these events and support Ukraine in any way possible. For us, that seemed like using our music and the Ukrainian music we've learned and the music we've been inspired to create by our time in Ukraine, using that as a platform to give back to our friends on the front lines. And we'll be leaving in 2 weeks, and so this is actually our last big event in Columbus before we head back over to Kiev to take another round of supplies. So thank you so much for being with us today.
We're going to kick it off with a Ukrainian song that we learned. This is a Western Ukrainian song called Pi do mene. We're going to change the vibe up a little bit here.
Ой, піде, буде до мене піде, я вам гарно забав'я, випітай поставлю. Ой, сідай коло мене, говори до мене, та признайся мені вірно, чи ти любиш мене. Піди до мене, говори до мене, піди до мене, говори до мене, піди до мене, говори до мене, та признайся мені вірно, чи ти любиш мене. Bam 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 ram ram bam bam. О, люблю тебе вірно, та й зранку до ночі, моє серце тобі вірно тріпатися хоче. Ой, брате, товариш, ко тут мен знати, а це будуть свої любки за мною панувати. Піди до мене, говори до мене, піди до мене, говори до мене, піди до мене, говори до мене, та признайся мені вірно, чи ти любиш мене. Хац се не буду, що мені до того. Ой, брате, товариш, я їх любив много, а от я їх любив много, та й усі рокину, лиш у смерті нерві, ну водною пташину. Пій до мене, говори до мене, пій до мене, говори до мене, пій до мене, говори до мене, та признайся мені вірно, чи ти любиш, пій до мене, говори до мене, пій до мене, говори до мене, пій до мене, говори до мене, та признайся мені вірно, чи ти любиш мене. Thank you so much. It really is an honor to play these Ukrainian songs, and I know that there are some people who speak Ukrainian in here, so I hope I didn't butcher the language too much. Let's have a Slava Ukraini. Slava Ukraini! We haven't had one of those today yet. That's a problem.
Yeah, that is the problem. It's been such a
Oh, very cool.
such a true honor to hear that resonating in so many halls across Ohio, and it's just been an honor to be able to represent a land and a people and a culture that to us has become very important. Neither of us having any Slavic roots whatsoever, but truly the time we've spent in Ukraine has been and will continue to be some of the most nurturing experience we've had, both as musicians and as individuals and as believers in good. Times like this we've found will bring out the worst in humanity and truly the best in humanity to counteract that by shining light in so many ways. People who may not have had any relevance to Ukraine before, any perspective on what Ukraine represents or means, to now have an opportunity for all of us as a society to gather around the concept that we can actually do something to shine light against this darkness. And seeing people show up from across Ohio has been a life-changing experience, and it's just such an honor to be able to help represent that for our friends in Ukraine that means so much to Ben and I. After the war began to find that these concepts of love and hate and the way these things are balanced together, it was just really what we were having to work through, there being so much hate prevalent in the world, hate that causes an invasion and a genocide like this, and then hatred for the people who have done this, and trying to not let the enemy allow us to hate. I mean both the spiritual enemy and the real enemy on the ground here against Ukraine, and not embracing this hate or allowing the enemy to cause us to hate, to take away our base human nature, you know, this capability to actually show up and fight for love in a time like this. Love for Ukraine will prevail over hatred for anyone or anything. So penned a song just to my friends in Ukraine during this time. Where you gonna be when the world ends? And are you gonna come with me? I'll take you where the grass grows green, on the banks of the salt, salt sea. Where will you be when the road comes to its end? Tanks down every street. Will you ride against the armies of darkness, or stomach bitter defeat? even if our hands are tied, on the hill on which our fathers died, the darkness we will face, a legacy they can't deface or erase. Soldati cried to hold the line. Men of action, it's not the time to fall victim to their plan. Hoist your sword with weary hands and ascend. Could you believe the role peace plays in our plan? For how can there be peace? A millennium, one side against the other, weaned on hate, nothing tastes sweet. And what then of the children? Generational repeat. A maternity ward cast 6 feet asunder. No flowers grow buried so deep. Such bitter taste not of this world. From sullen ground no colors unfurl. Dark shadows across the land, force war from peaceful hands. And we're the ones who must turn this soil. Though salt sea rise and rivers boil, we must fight another day till peace can find a way. But don't weaponize your hate, it burns all in its wake. And don't play into their plan, they want you to burn with hate just like them. We are all but human in the end, and death waits round the bend. So plant these seeds of peace down in the rubble, and when we're all gone, a good legacy ascends.
Brother Hill, everybody. It's a great honor of mine to be able to play music with this fine gentleman. We've been doing it for about 4 years now. And we didn't think we would be doing our part for Ukraine in this way. This time last year, obviously none of us knew what was going to happen, but we both consider it a great blessing that this is where we've been led, and the calling has brought us this way. So. I just want to recognize a couple of the organizers for this awesome event. Natalia over there. I don't know if everyone knows her, but she's instrumental in this whole situation. And Stephanie, where's Stephanie? Oh. Yeah, it's been great to organize with both of you. Thank you so much for your help. And Pastor Sarah, who's not here, but was very crucial as well. She's unfortunately ill today, but she made this possible, opened this space up for us. So huge, huge blessing.
And thanks to our Ukrainian sister, Oho Lewis, as well, for coming to sing with us. It's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure to get to know some Ukrainians around Ohio in this time, not just in Ukraine.
Mm-hmm. So this next one is it's an a cappella tune. It's an old, I believe it's an old Baptist song, but it's all right. We'll sing it together here. It'll be okay. And it's the lyrics are essentially the same time 4 times in a row. The only thing that changes is it goes from Father adieu to Mother adieu to Sister adieu to Brother adieu. And adieu as in farewell. Okay. So we'll sing it one time through. We would love if you joined with us.
Father, adieu, I feel sorry for you. My heart is full of trouble now, what can I do? If we'll never see you anymore till that last trumpet shall sound, prepare to meet in heaven where parting is no more. Mother, adieu, I feel sorry for you. My heart is full of trouble now, what can I do? If I'll never see you anymore till that last trumpet shall sound, prepare to meet in heaven where parting is no more. Brother, adieu, I feel sorry for you. My heart is full of trouble now, what can I do? If I'll never see you anymore till that last trumpet shall sound, prepare to meet in heaven where parting is no more. Sounds good, a little louder. Sister, adieu, I feel sorry for you. My heart is full of trouble now, what can I do? If I'll never see you anymore till that last trumpet shall sound, prepare to meet in heaven where parting is no more. One more time. Father, adieu, I feel sorry for you. My heart is full of trouble now, what can I do? If I'll never see you anymore till that last trumpet shall sound, prepare to meet in heaven where parting is no more. Prepare to meet in heaven where parting is no more.
We send that song out to all the lost in this conflict and those we've known, those we haven't had the pleasure of knowing. At a time like this, it's important to remember that the fallen are always with us. We carry them with us in our hearts. Specifically, what our campaign does from Ohio with Love, we purchase individual first aid kits, specifically advanced bleeding control kits from an organization called NA Rescue in Greer, South Carolina. We purchase these medical supplies, which we actually, we have a relationship with them. This is where we purchased our medical supplies last time. And this organization is one of the top-of-the-line medical manufacturing facilities and organizations in the world. And these kind of American-made advanced bleeding control kits are some of the most valuable items on the front lines across Ukraine. And so we actually purchase these supplies ourselves, duffel bag them all the way to Kiev to take them to the people who are distributing them on the front lines. So they're really, our campaign is based on grassroots. I mean, we're not like business organizers, we're musicians, we're folk musicians who have relationships with people across Ukraine that we can directly support and enable our community in Ohio to support. That's the whole basis of this grassroots. 2 degrees of separation from you to the soldier on the front line who needs this to stay alive. And it's roughly $100 for one of these kits, so you can really break it down to $100 can save a life on the front lines directly. This flag behind me and another flag that we have out with the shirts that we sell to raise money outside on the table out there are flags from soldiers that received our supplies on this last supply delivery. With gratitude to our American sisters and brothers from fighters in the Luhansk region, and also signed by soldiers from Donetsk, Zaporizhia, Kramatorsk, and Kharkiv. So just to know that you as an Ohioan can make a very direct impact to a soldier who requires a little bit of love from Ohio to them. So thank you so much for supporting this event today and for helping support what we do. It's an honor to be able to work with you on that.
Okay.
Well,
Oh, yeah. Okay.
good.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, bro.
You're fine.
Well, we've been playing music with Belarusians and Ukrainians for these last few years, and we've been blessed to be able to meet some figures who are really folk legends there, and so we decided it was due time to write an Appalachian folk tune for a Belarusian folk hero, and likewise a Ukrainian folk hero as well. This is called Mykolai. Thank you. That can be found on the interweb and out about in different places. We had that pressed to CD, but it was a Ukrainian first edition that we printed while we were there 3 months ago. We released that on an album called Slavolacha, which is our collaboration with these Belarusians and Ukrainians. The whole idea has just been that we would just support each other's traditions for the last few years, you know, because we really grew to love Ukrainian tradition. And we had a lot to learn from each other in our folk traditions. And so we took some of our Appalachian folk songs to Ukraine, we learned some Ukrainian folk songs, brought them back to America, and it's been a great relationship of collaboration. Never did we intend to end up supporting a war effort when we started collaborating with people we've come to know as friends in Ukraine. And so Ben brought quite a few Appalachian songs over, and this is a song that we just recorded with our Belarusian comrade in Slavolacha, Serge Dohasho. And a couple of the songs we've played today are available on an album that we actually have yet to release to the world, but you can get a copy of that out in the reception lobby out there. You can be one of the first ones to have it. This is one of the songs featured on that release, The Blackest Crow.
And we keep, dropping the fact that we work with Belarusians, and I know that obviously there are missiles being fired from Belarus into Ukraine, so this is a complex situation. But Serjuk and a lot of our Belarusian friends have actually fled Belarus because there's really no recourse for them at this point to have a safe and prosperous life in that country, because it is still run and essentially controlled by dictator Lukashenko. So there's a complexity there, and we want to make sure that we are representing the people's Ukraine who do not stand for, the people's Belarus who do not stand for Lukashenko's positions and wish that he were long buried. I just want to make sure everyone kind of gets that distinction a little bit. So this is called The Blackest Crow. It's kind of a traditional partying song, and it is an old Appalachian standard. It very much sounds like it has Irish, Scottish roots, but it is very much documented in the Appalachian tradition. So.
As time draws near, my dearest dear, when you and I must part, what little you know of grief and woe of my poor aching heart. Each night I suffer for your sake, you're the one I love so dear. I wish that I was going with you, or you were staying here. go absent friend. And when the wind blows high and clear, a line to me, pray send. And when the wind blows high and clear, pray send a note to me, that I might know by your handwriting how time has gone with thee.
We got just a couple more songs for you here, 2 more songs. Y'all all right with hearing 2 more songs in here today? All right, good. We're excited for it.
I can now. Okay. Yeah, so just, a last reminder. We are here to raise some funds, so I hope if anyone's able, we are splitting tonight this event with UMCOR, which is the United Methodist Center for Humanitarian Aid. So 50% of the funds raised tonight will be going to their refugee aiding efforts, and 50% will be going for our IFAC. So both are very, very excellent, very direct ways of aiding the Ukrainian struggle right now. So I hope that we can take a little bit of. I know it's hard-earned cash, and I know there's a lot of need out there. So it's always hard to ask for money, but there's nothing like delivering these IFACs to folks who need them and who didn't have them. There's a real sense of bodily risk when you don't even have a first aid kit when you're out on the front lines. So this is kind of the least we can do to keep them alive. So.
We learned a couple of Ukrainian songs while we were over there, and it's been, say it again, it has been an honor to sing these songs across Ohio. And to our Ukrainians in the house, in fact, I can't believe we haven't done that yet. For all of our Ukrainians beneath God's roof today, I'd really like to put together a round of applause. And as an Ohioan, let you know how much of an honor it is to have community and fellowship with you here. And we look forward to doing our part. We look forward to the day where we're all together in a free and liberated Ukraine again. This is a song you might recognize if you're of Ukrainian stock, and it'd be an honor to have you sing it out there with us.
Ною гаю, придунаю, соловей щебече, він з твою всегда шину, до гніздечка кличе. Ой, тьок-тьок, і тьок-тьок-тьок, соловей щебече, він з твою всегда шину, до гніздечка кличе. До гніздечка кличе. Вашу душу ще ридаю, милий за тобою. Ой, тьок-тьок і тьок-тьок-тьок, стою самотою. Вашу душу ще ридаю, милий за тобою. Ой, тьок-тьок і тьок-тьок-тьок, соловей летить. Мінстую зі пташину, до гніздечка кличе, до гніздечка кличе.
Bless you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you all for coming out. This really means a lot to have such a warm and welcoming audience. And thanks again to the Linworth community. This would not be possible without your welcome. So give a round of applause for Linworth. Wonderful church community.
Well, we got one final song. And this one's pretty easy to catch on to as well. This is on the forthcoming full-length compilation album we did with Serge Dohasho, as we've mentioned a couple times today. And this is basically Slava Lacha minus the 4 Ukrainian members of the band who are in Ukraine right now. Ben did a really good job on this song. Usually gets me kind of emotional singing it, but you can catch along and sing it with us. And think of this song when you're thinking of us as of 3 weeks from now when we're back in Ukraine with our friends, making sure that this applies, that you have helped us facilitate, arrive to the right place, to the right people. You can think of this song as somewhat of it might sound almost pessimistic in some ways when you hear the lyrics of the song, but really it's a beautiful thing, as we're all doing our part, all of us in this room, to support Ukraine, to support our friends in Ukraine in any way possible. So think of this song, sing a verse of it when you think of us in a few weeks.
Well, it happened the winter I hunkered in Maine, that a modern day Hitler invaded Ukraine. Well, his people believed every word of his lies. What an awful strange world us humans devised, singing so long. It's been good to know you so long. It's been good to know you well so long. It's been good to know you. It's a mighty big war that's gotta be won. Then we'll get back together again. Well, the shelling began in the dark before dawn. The whole world was speechless after peace for so long. For Kharkiv and Kherson, Kyiv they come. Well, the sirens were wailing as the rockets were flung, singing so long. It's been good to know you so long. It's been good to know you well so long. It's been good to know you. It's a mighty big war that's gotta be won. Then we'll get back together again. Well, out of Crimea them tanks would have rolled, save for the bravery of Vitaly's good soul. Well, he climbed down the bridge with the tanks overhead. Yeah, he gave up his life to see everyone dead, singing so long. It's been good to know you so long. It's been good to know you well so lovers, they sat in the dark, they sparked. They hugged and they kissed in the dusty old dark. Then back to the mixing of the Molotov piss. Yeah, instead of marriage, they talk like this, singing so long. It's been good to know you so long. It's been good to know you well so long. It's been good to know you. It's a mighty big war that's gotta be won. Then we'll get back together again. Well, telephone rang and it jumped off the wall. President Biden making his call. Well, Zelensky said thanks, but we don't need that right. Yeah, we'd sure take some NATO boys up in the sky, singing so long. It's been good to know you so long. It's been good to know you well so long. It's been good to know you. It's a mighty big war that's gotta be won. Then we'll get back together again. Well, Lord, spare me the strength to sing of the whole, the smoldering wreckage of Mariupol. Well, they couldn't be bothered to aim a bit wide of even a theater with children inside, singing so long. It's been good to know you so long. It's been good to know you well so long. It's been good to know you. It's a mighty big war that's gotta be won. Then we'll get back together again. Well, the whole world can see that Putin's a fool. They messed around and found out the rule. Well, they're not going back to their Soviet chains. No, they'll fight to the death for a sovereign Ukraine, singing so long. It's been good to know you so long. It's been good to know you well so long. It's been good to know you. It's a mighty big war that's gotta be won. Slava, slava Ukraine, slava, slava Ukraine, well slava, slava Ukraine. It's a mighty big war that's gotta be won. Well, slava, slava Ukraine, slava, slava Ukraine, oh slava, slava Ukraine. It's a mighty big war that's gotta be won. Then we'll get back together again.
Thank you so much.
Слава Україні! Героям слава! Слава Україні! Героям слава! Our hearts are with you. Моє серце і думки з тобою. Thank you all so much. Bless you. Bless you.
It is a mighty big war. It's got to be won. We ask everyone who knows Oyuluzi Chervona Kalina to come join us on the stage. Let's all sing it together. And there's the words. Please sing along.
While people are coming up here, I just want to say thank you, you guys, for this amazing show. Thank you for coming out. Thank you everybody who sang and gave their heart to Ukraine. Donations can be taken by the QR code on the program or boxes on the way out. And as you know, every bit helps, and every 100% goes to help Ukrainians in need. So thank you.
That sounds great. Get together, sister.